Different types of homeschooling. Now, with everything that went on in 2020, there was a lot of people that started basically trying to figure out what was homeschooling, what was online school, what was the difference, is there different types? And even before everything went on last year, I've been homeschooling my kids. I've tried different options. I've been researching different options. And I want to bring this to you guys because it's a lot of people that don't know the differences in homeschooling, or there's even a difference. It's a lot of people after everything went on, they are just not comfortable sending their kids back to any type of school. And so I wanted to bring this resource to you guys so you guys will be able to understand a little. Well, you'll be able to understand a little bit about homeschooling, online school, whatever you want to call it, school from home. Now, I'm going to leave a link to my website in the comments pinned up under this video, and it will be a link to basically what I'm telling you guys now. Now, when it comes to independent schooling, traditional homeschooling, or off the grid, independent, traditional, off the grid, to me, those are all the same names. Now, off the grid is basically when I like to think of it like when people go on road trips, or they may live out in the wilderness and they have kids, and that's the way that they want to live their life. That's off the grid. You don't have to worry about being connected to anything. You don't have to worry about being connected to everyday life. Traditional is traditional homeschooling, where you buy all the books and different things like that. I'm going to get into it. Independent homeschooling, all the same thing to me. Now, if you guys feel different, or you have a different definition, put it down in the comments section below, and we can have our conversation back and forth. Now, this is a form of schooling where you submit your child grades and attendance to the state at the end of the year. In some states, your child may have to go through state testing, and in others, you may not have to. Now, here in Tennessee, where I stay at, I think it's like 5th grade, 9th grade, and 12th grade. If you're doing the independent schooling, you have to do the state testing, but I'll tell you a way to get around that in a minute. Now, you have to check with your state for further information, and coming soon, I will get the links for you all, so it'll be easier to click on different states or the state in which you reside, and you'll be able to find out more information. And when I do that, I'll alert you guys and let you guys know. Now, the next type of homeschooling, or the same thing, the next type of homeschooling is umbrella school. And umbrella school takes care of all the extra work for you. Now, people like to think of umbrella schools as church schools. Now, I will tell you that currently my kids are going through an umbrella school, and we are not religious like on that level. They don't push anything on you. They're just basically there to help you. They're there to pick up the extra slack, so to speak. Now, when I say they take care of the extra work for you, it's basically like the things that you have to do with independent school, like submitting your child's grades and attendance at the end of the year. You don't have to worry about that. Most umbrella schools, they have a way for you to turn in your attendance at the end of each semester. You can turn in grade, you can turn in different assignments that you may have had your child to do. You turn in their grades, and that umbrella school do everything else for you. Now, for pricing and different things of that sort, you have to choose umbrella school, or you have to research that. In the future, like I told you guys, I will have all of that for you guys, but you have to research the pricing and different things like that for yourself. Some states require state testing and some don't. Now, if this is an issue for you, like I was telling you guys before, some, and I would say most umbrella schools do not require state testing at all. They don't require state testing. Make sure I say that one more time. Sorry, guys, I had to check my email. But some umbrella schools do not require state testing. Because you have some people, people do, or people start homeschooling for different reasons. Their child may have had some type of medical, issues going on, or it may not be the child. It may be someone in the family, and physically going to school is just not what they want to do. Or some kids just want to do homeschooling. Some parents just want their child to do homeschooling, not have to deal with the school system. Now, I'm not going to get into why I chose to do it. I'm going to keep that into the next video. But whatever your choice is, if you choose an independent schooling, and if your state requires or don't require state testing, that's up, to you and what you want to do. But if you want to get around state testing like I did and don't want to have my kids out with everything that's going on with this little virus or whatever you want to call it going on, I sent them to an umbrella school. Now, with umbrella school, you have to find some way for your child to learn. You got to find the books, the curriculum, whatever you want them, to absorb for education. You have to find that on your own. It's not like they're going to try to pull your teeth for you to do it, but that's something that you're going to have to do on your own. It can get pricey or it can be cheap. You can do it with all free resources. I'll be getting into that in a video if you guys would like a video like that also about homeschooling curriculums. Now, there is public tuition free online school. Now, when it comes to public tuition free online school, I started with K-12. I went over to Connections Academy and I ended up doing an umbrella school. Now, with a public tuition free school, it's when your child can go to school from home as if they were in school, which means they have classes every day. They have a schedule to go to. They have classes to go to. They have to show up for the classes virtual. And the teacher, have to see them most of the time through a webcam, and your child needs a mic. Now, most schools like this, they will provide a computer, but we already had a computer. If you are in a situation where you can actually get, a PC or a Mac, that would be a good idea. But most of these schools, if you enroll early enough and you tell them that you need a computer, they will send you out one. Any books that's needed at that time will be sent to you also, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, don't mistake this with school supplies, because school supplies have to be brought. Like you just say, for instance, if you want your child to have pencils, pens, paper, different school supplies, you have to buy that. Some schools, as I said before, will send out computers, but this is on a first come, first serve basis, and it has something to do with your income. Now, when we were in K-12 was sending out PCs, and it didn't matter who was asking for one, and they sent one out anyway. And you couldn't even send the computer back, because if you sent the computer back, they would take it as like you didn't even want to be enrolled anymore. So I had to wait to the very end when we were with K-12 to even send the PC back. And this when it comes to any type of testing that your child may need, they will inform you when that time comes. So if they have to do any type of state testing or end of year test, they will let you know, and they will have a place in your city and in your state for you to go for that testing. Now, there is also private tuition free schooling. Now, with this, you have to pay for your courses and you have a choice on how you want your child to do their schooling. You may want them to have an instructor, you may not want them to have one, so that would be up to you. In this kind of schooling, state testing is most of the time. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Most of the time, state testing is not required when you are going to private school because they see it like that's an inconvenience you're already paying. So yeah. And state testing is for public schools and fundings and different things of that sort. Now, the last thing is a virtual school. Sorry, guys. Now, when you're in a virtual school, this is something that's most of the time when you hear virtual school, is something that's located in your local area and it's owned to your school district. Now, when my son got out of elementary school and he was going over to middle school, I did not want him to go to the middle school in our neighborhood. So I got him enrolled in a virtual school, and that was connected with our school system. Some virtual schools will give out computers to their students and have a way for them to access the internet. So just say for instance, if that's something that you were not used to and you coming into everything new, they give you a computer along with this little internet device, and so whenever you get ready to log on for class, you fire up the internet. I forgot what you call that. It's like a little hotspot. Fire up the internet, then you fire up your computer and you can be there for class. Now, it's many different ways that you can attend virtual school, but that's something that has something to do with your school district. I know when my son first attended, he didn't have any teachers, any classes that he had to go in for. He just had work that had to be done every day or at the end of every week. And whenever it comes to state testing, you'll be notified and they will let you know when you need to attend or you or your child need to attend. Now, those were the different types of homeschooling. I will be back with the different programs, the educational sites that you can go to, equipment that's needed, why I decided to homeschool, and I'm going to be tweaking the website so you guys will be able to click into each state and you will learn about homeschooling.